Good morning, children. Let us discuss the unsolved questions in this chapter, dictionaries. So, the first question is, what is a key value pair in a dictionary? So, the answer is, a Python dictionary is a mapping of unique keys to values. It is a collection of key value pairs. Each key maps to a value. The association of a key and a value is called a key value pair. Next question is, what are the difference between strings and dictionaries? So, strings are ordered set of data. That is, we cannot change the order of the elements in the string. But dictionaries are unordered set of data. Then strings are immutable. That is, we cannot change the content of a string. If we change the content, then it becomes a different string. But the dictionaries are mutable. That is, we can change the contents of the dictionary. If we change the content of dictionary, then also the change takes place in the same dictionary itself. Then next question, find errors and rewrite the same after correcting the following code. So first one, D1 is equal to, D1 is a dictionary, so 1 colon 10, that is key value pair. This is again key value pair. So you will be thinking that this key value pair is wrong because the rest of the key value pairs are integers, but all these are integers, but you can see this one is a floating point value. So you will be thinking that that one is error because you have to find the errors. But that is also correct because dictionaries can have any type of data and the keys should be of immutable data type. Floating point is also immutable data type. So this is also correct. So in this option A, question number A, no error is there. This is correct. Now the next question, question number B, D1 is the dictionary. So here we are inserting a value 90 and a key 9. So value 9 comma 9 colon 90 will be inserted, but the statement given here is wrong. Statement given here is wrong. It should be corrected as D1 square bracket 9 is equal to 90. Then only 90 will be inserted. 9 colon 90 will be inserted into the dictionary. Then question number C, del D1, that is del statement to delete a key value pair. So that can be written as del D1 in square brackets the key. In square brackets the key. Here it is written in parenthesis. So it should be written in square brackets. Now next, fourth one, question number D, pop statement. So we have studied del is a statement and pop is a function. So we can write this as, this is also wrong. So it can be written as D1 dot pop. Pop is a function, so it will have a parenthesis. So D1 dot pop in bracket the key 4. Next one, this one. This here it is D1 dot items. So There is a function called items, not item. So it will be written as d1 dot items. There is an s. The next one, here also the same mistake. d1 dot keys, not key. Keys function will return the a list containing the keys in the dictionary. Now the value, this function, here also the same mistake. d1 dot values, es. Here s is not there, so that is wrong. d1 dot values will return the values of the dictionary d1. Now here the gets function, two parameters, that is, this is the key and this is the default value that is to be returned if key is not present in the dictionary. So that and all are correct, but one thing is wrong, is here an extra s is given. For gets, there is no function called gets in dictionary. It is d1 dot get 4,80. d1 dot get, there is no s. Next is length function. So length function can be written as, not as d1 dot length, but as len of d1. It is written like this, len in bracket d1. Then it will find the length of the dictionary d1. Again this one, d1 dot clears. Here also no need of s. It is written as d1 dot clear, d1 dot clear, no need of s. Now next question is, we have, suppose there is a dictionary d1 and d2. Two dictionaries are there, d1 and d2. Let us solve the first question, question number A. So first question, the first statement is d1 dot items. Since this program, these statements are written in interpreter mode. You can see prompts are there in each line. So for each statement there will be an output. If it was written in script mode, then only for print statements the output will be generated. But it is written in interpreter mode, there will be output if we print each statement. So d1 dot items, write the output of the following code. So what happens is, even though we do not give print like this, if we even we do not give print, the interpreter mode will produce output. Here and all, only these statements, these item statements returns a value, key statements returns value, values also returns a value. Then update statement do not return value, but the length statement also returns value. So since these are written in interpreter mode, output will be given for each statement. If it was written in script mode, you have to just show the output only for the print statement. But it is written in interpreter mode, so every statement will produce output. Now we have the dictionaries D1 and D2, and so for the first one, D1 dot items. So items function will return a list containing each key value pair as a tuple. So 1 comma ONE comma as a tuple. So tuple is always enclosed in parenthesis. Then 2, not colon, 2 comma TWO. Then 3 comma THREE comma 4 comma. So each key value are enclosed in parenthesis, and whole key value pairs are enclosed in square brackets. Now next one is D1 dot keys. So for this also it will return the output, that will be only the keys in this dictionary. So the keys are 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 keys in the dictionary D1. Likewise, the next statement D1 dot values will return the values in the dictionary. So first one is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 as a list. Next one is D1 dot update D2. So here the dictionary D1 will be updated with values of dictionary D2. So what happens? Change will take place only in dictionary D1. D2 will remain as it is. So what happens? In the dictionary D1, 1 ONE will be there, 1 colon ONE, comma 2 colon TWO will be there, comma 3 colon THREE, comma 4 colon FOUR. Then if there is a key called 5 in the dictionary D1, then it will be updated with value FIVE, but there is no key 5 in the dictionary D1, so it will be inserted in the dictionary and 5 colon FIVE will be inserted, comma there is no key 6 also. So instead of updation, what happens? 6 colon SIX will also be inserted into this dictionary. Now what happens? All these elements, all the 5 elements, all the 6 elements now become a part of the dictionary D1. All the 6 elements will be the part of the dictionary D1 because these 2 elements are also added into the dictionary D1. So the next statement here is length of LEN of D1. So LEN of D1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So length of D1 is 6. Next question is, now all the values, these are separate questions, so don't consider the final value of D1 because in the final value we have because of the statement D1 and D2 are, D1 is being updated by the values of D2. But don't consider that for this question, that new value for this question, because these are separate questions. So just consider from the starting itself. So the value of dictionary D1 is this, D2 is this. Now del D1 of 3, that is from the dictionary D1 we have to delete the key value pair whose key is 3. This statement means from the dictionary D1 we have to delete the key value pair whose key is 3. So this will be deleted from this dictionary. Now for this statement no output will be produced. The output will be produced only if for this print D1, because del statement do not return any value. Instead of this, if it was pop, it returned a value. Now for this first statement no output, then for the second statement the output will be the dictionary D1, in that 1 colon ONE comma 2 colon THREE comma 4 colon FOUR, because we have deleted 3 colon 3. Now next statement is pop. Now we have only these 3 elements in the dictionary D1, because we have already deleted the element whose key is 3. Now the pop statement D1 dot pop of 4. So the pop statement will delete the key value pair whose key is 4. So this will be deleted. But the pops function will return the deleted item also. So the output will be the 4. So this statement will give an output, because pop function will return the deleted value, show us the deleted value also, not the key but the value. So it will return the value what it has deleted. Now the next statement, print D1. So D1 will be what? Dictionary D1 will contain only these 2 key value pairs, that is 1 colon 1, 2 colon 2. From this only this much value will be now present in the dictionary. Now D1, this statement D1 square bracket 8 equal to EIGHT. So what is happening is, in dictionary D1, now D1 is what? Only this much. In dictionary D1 we are inserting key value pair, that is 8 colon EIGHT, 8 colon 8. So we are inserting a key and a value, that is 8 colon 8. So for this also no output will be there. Next statement, that is print D1. So print D1 will be 1 colon ONE comma 2 colon TWO 8 colon EIGHT curly braces close. So this will be the new value of D1. Now next statement is D1 dot clear. So we know that clear function will clear the dictionary, that is delete all the key value pairs in the dictionary, but dictionary will be there, that is an empty dictionary will be there. Dictionary won't be deleted, there will be an object of dictionary. So for this statement also no output will be there, just it will clear off the elements in the dictionary. Now print D1 means it will print an empty dictionary, because now the dictionary is empty. No elements are there. Everything is cleared. Children, this and this question we have discussed earlier. Now this we will discuss in the last. Then consider the 8th question. What type of objects can be used as keys in the dictionary? So you know we can use only immutable objects. Objects of immutable data types can be used as keys in the dictionary, like number data types or strings, or tuples can be used as keys in the dictionary. Now we have discussed this question. Now let us see what will be the output of the 12th question. So D1 is equal to 5 colon 6 7 8 is a list, comma A, which is a string, colon value is a tuple, that is 1 comma 2 comma 3, which is a tuple. Now D1 dot keys, that will return the keys in the dictionary. So keys in the dictionary in the form of a list, that is 5 comma in double quotes A. Next one, D1 dot values will return a list containing values, that is 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma a tuple 1 comma 2 comma 3. So this is a collection of values. You see this, and these are the two values in this dictionary. Next is predict the output. So predict the output. Print D of 1 comma 2. So 1 comma 2 is the key. So here, even though it is not enclosed in this parenthesis also, it will return the output as 1. That is, the value corresponding to the key 1 comma 2 is 1. So it will return the output. Here the output will be 1. Next one, for this statement, question number B, A colon 1, B colon 2, C colon 3. 3 key value pairs are there. And this print statement, inside the print, there is a dictionary D, then in square bracket, the key is given, but there is no key like this. There is A is there, B is there, and C is there, but no key like this is not there, not present, like this, A comma B. No key like this is present in the dictionary D. So it will produce an error. I have told you before that whenever a key is not present in the dictionary which we are searching, it will give an error called key error. So if the key we are searching is not present in the dictionary, it will generate an error called key error. So the output for this will be a error called key error, because we are referring to a key which is not present in that dictionary. Then look at this question number 10. How is clear function different from del statement? So we know clear function will delete all the elements in the dictionary, but del statement will delete a single element from the dictionary, a particular element from the dictionary. But clear function will delete all the elements from the dictionary. Del statement will delete only a single element from the dictionary. Now let us do the programs. Question number 7, 8 and 9. 8 we have discussed. Let us do program 7 and 14 and 15. Let us discuss the unsolved questions in that 7th question. Write a Python program to input names of n customers and their details like items bought, cost and phone number. Store it in a dictionary and display all the details in a tabular form. So we have to input n customers. So I have given here n is equal to int input, enter number of customers, so that n values can be inserted into the dictionary using for loop. Now I have created a dictionary D, empty dictionary. Then to insert the values, I have created a for loop, that is for I in range of n, so that n values can be, key value pairs can be inserted into the dictionary. Now to input the name is equal to input name. No need of any eval function or int or float function, because input function will take the input directly in the form of string. So name is a string, so it will take the input directly in the form of string. Then the item brought, what item you have brought, it is stored in the variable item. Now enter the cost of the item. What is the cost of the item? It is stored in cost. Then the phone number, it is stored in the variable phone. Now we have these variables and we have to store that in a dictionary. So I have a dictionary D, so we have to create name is the key and item, cost and phone number are the values. So this list is a value of this key. So for a particular name, the item purchased, cost and phone number will be in a list. So I have given, if I am storing only single value, no need of the square bracket, but I am giving for each person their item purchased, its cost and phone number are given inside a list. Just I am displaying the dictionary and just how to see how it will be like. Then we need columns like this, and there should be column names: name, item, cost, phone. So column names should be given. These lines will not be there, but there should be column names inside which we have to give the values. So there will be a name column, then there will be a space, then item, then space cost, then again a space phone. So for that, to display like this, I have given this statement: name will print the name because it is given in single quotes, name. Then we need a space in between the two headings. For that, /t, that is tab. In our keyboard there is a key called tab key that will give a tab, that is 4 spaces. Then it will print the next value, that is item. Here it is given in single quotes, item. Then again a tab, again space will be printed. This tab also should be slash, that is \t, which is enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. Then it will be printed again cost, which is enclosed in single quotes, then again a space, then phone number. So that will be printed as it is. Now we have a dictionary containing all the values that we have entered. From dictionary we have to fill, we have created a table. Now we have to fill each value. So for I in D, that is I is the key in the dictionary. For I in D, that is For the first key, D of I comma 0, that is for the first key in the dictionary, that is the value of I will be the first key in the dictionary. So the first name that I have entered will be the value of I. That is the first key in the dictionary. Then in that dictionary we will have what? Item will be there. The key will be the name and the value will be a list containing the item, cost and phone number. It will contain the items purchased, cost and the phone number. So in this dictionary the value of D of I will be what? The value of the key I in dictionary D. So we have the value is what? A list. In that, for the items column we need only this much part. So this is a list. So it is represented with an index 0, 1, 2. It is represented in index 0, 1, 2. So we have list containing item, cost, phone number. Name is here, name is the key and this is a value. So we need only this part for the items column. So I will write like this, D of I. That means D of I means this whole part. In that I need only this much part. So this is what in this list, value at index position 0. Again I will give one square bracket and 0. So from this dictionary, the value corresponding to this particular key, the element at index position 0 will be returned. Now for cost I will write here 1 because cost is at index position 1. Now to print phone number I will write, instead of this is at 1, this is at 2. So I will write 2. So from the dictionary D, for the first iteration I will be what? The first key. So for the first key, the index position, value at index position 2, that is the phone number of the particular person. So let us run this and see. So enter the number of customers. I have 3, I'll write 3 customers. So enter the name Anu. Items bought. Anu bought a bread. So enter 3. Anu bread. Enter the cost 25. Then phone number. I'm just giving some numbers. Then again another name Arun. He bought butter. Then cost is 45. Then phone number. Then our other name Varun got egg. Enter the cost of item, that would be 50. Then phone number. Now you can see the dictionary is printed here. Our dictionary is printed here till this. Anu is the first key, then value. Arun second key, then its value. Varun second key, then its value this. Because we have printed the dictionary. Now our table, this is our table. In that name, we have the name column, items column, cost, phone number. So Anu bought which item? Bread. Then cost 25, phone number. Anu bought bread, cost 25, then phone number, her phone number. Likewise Arun, butter. Then due to space it has moved somewhat here. Due to a tab it has moved somewhat here. Then the cost has reached here. Then phone number. Then Varun, item egg, cost 50, phone number. Now children, the next question, can you check from a value inside a dictionary using in operator? How will you check for a value inside a dictionary using in operator? So we know that using in operator we can check only the keys. Now we can check values also. For that we have to write for I in, instead of D we have to write D dot values. Then we can write print I, so all the values will be printed. Consider some small dictionaries. Just one customer I will show. Anu, item bought bread. Here one function. 1 Anu so you can see the values are printed. For print I, the values are printed. Children, next 14th question is, write a program that asks the user to enter product names and prices. Store all these in a dictionary whose keys are the product names and whose values are the prices. When the user is done entering the product and price, allow them to repeatedly enter a product name and print the corresponding price or message if the product is not in the dictionary. So same thing we can do, no need of these statements, and just we need the name of the product. Name of the product, then cost of the product. This thing also no need. Here no square bracket is needed, because we are in previous program we have inputted a list as a value. Here just we are inputting a single value, just name, product name, comma, colon, price. So just we can print the dictionary, print D. Then print the corresponding price. When the user is done entering the product and price, allow them to repeatedly enter a product. So we have to ask the user to enter a product so that its price will be displayed. So P is equal to input in bracket, user is asked to enter a product. Enter the product to know its price. So the user enters the product that is stored in variable P. So we have to check if P is the product name. So P is the product name, it is the key. So we can check if P in D, that is our dictionary. If P is in dictionary, then we have to print price is D of P. That is, in dictionary D, the value corresponding to the product P. If it is not there, else I have product not present. Print that product is not there. Product not available. So we have entered the number of products 3. And bread, you can enter bread. Its cost 25. Butter, that will be 50. Then egg 60. So we have a dictionary: bread key 25 value, butter key 50 value, egg key 60 value. Now we have a prompt: enter the product to know its price. So we can enter any of the product to know its price. So we will enter bread. Its price is 25. So you can see the output price is 25. Now again, if I run 3 products, bread 25, butter 40, egg 60. Now I am entering a product which is not present in the dictionary. So I am entering here pen. So you can see product not available. Product is not available.